going on, Jerome's? So the season has been interesting, to say the least, for the Minnesota Vikings. As we pass the halfway point, I kind of miss the 16-game schedule because, like, hey, 8 games is half, where now it's like, actually, 4.5. Actually, half the season was at halftime against the Falcons. Shut up. Shut your face. But the Vikings started out 0-3, allegedly. Started out 1-4, allegedly. And it was kind of rough all the way around, but they've gotten things going. 4 wins in a row, all without Justin Jefferson. Won 5 of the last 6 games, and they've been impressive. And also, all 4 of their alleged losses, were by 1 score or less. So this team is tough. And people laughed at us when we said the best 0-3 team in NFL history, the best 1-4 team in NFL history. It's kind of correct. It's kind of correct, man. So also, we've run the gamut of emotions this year. JJ going on IR with that hamstring injury. Obviously, Kirk Cousins popping his Achilles against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers, which really sucked and interrupted a MVP adjacent type season for Kirko. And then getting Jaren Hall ready, and then Jaren Hall looking good, and then Josh Dobbs coming in. Cold 3 practices and leading the Vikings to a big-time win over the Falcons on the road. And it's been such a weird season. Also, throwing the fact that Brian Flores is looking like another bona fide head coaching candidate as that defense has gotten stingy and they get after it. So it's been a weird season, but we got 10 thoughts at the halfway point, or just over the halfway point, whatever, about the 2023 Vikings. First up, Kevin O'Connell's Coach of the Year. So, yes, he was part and parcel of the 0-3 start. He was part and parcel of the 1-4 start. And frankly, I think that some of his play calling and game management was not great early on. But like we said, in a weird way, JJ going out for those 4 weeks where the Vikings won 4 games in a row, it may have helped him develop as a play caller and help spread the ball around a lot more. And I think that his game against first off, it's such a weird season. So you score a season high points, 31, without JJ and without Kirk Cousins. Go figure. It's kind of crazy, man. But Kevin O'Connell, the way that he's got this team playing, if and when he leads his team to the playoffs, and if and when he leads his team to a division title, screw the Lions, I mean, he definitely deserves that praise. He does. And also the whole thing about it too is like, hey, you lost your quarterback and your wide receiver 1. How would the Eagles be doing without Jalen Hurts and without A.J. Brown? How would the Chiefs be doing without Mahomes and Travis Kelce? How would the Dolphins be doing without Tua and Tyreek? Like, what would happen? And that's why Kevin O'Connell deserves to be Coach of the Year. Next up, number 2, Brian Flores is Assistant of the Year. Now, that's not an award, but Brian Flores has completely flipped the script on this defense, man. So last year, under Donachelle, the defense was 28th in points, 31st in yards. Now they're 17th and 14th, respectively. Now, they're not a shutdown 2000 Ravens, 2002 Bucks, 85 Bears defense, man. They ain't going to be that. But what they are extremely feisty. They rally to the ball. They will pressure the quarterback. They will get a turnover or 2, and they're going to celebrate right in your face with a coordinated dance. And the defense, it's starting to round into form, and one of the big reasons why the Vikings have gone on their winning streak is because of the defense. I mean, yes, 28 points allowed against the Falcons, and part of that was the fumble recovery set up by Josh Dobbs, but also they allowed Tyler Algier to basically march 75 yards at the end of the game, whatever. But 10 points allowed to the Packers, 17 points allowed to the Niners, 13 to the Bears, and 13 to the Panthers. You can win with that. Like, in the NFL, if your defense allows less than 20 points, you should be able to find a way to win, especially with these offensive weapons, man. And Flores and the defense are playing fun, fast, free football. You love to see it. Next up, number 3, the Vikings can win with Josh Dobbs. Now, this is to take nothing away from Kirk Cousins, where, again, he was playing at an MVP caliber level, and I do think that Jaren Hall looked good and could develop into something. But Josh Dobbs, I mean, sure, right off the one game as a fluke playing backyard football, that's fine. But once he gets calmed down and into this offense, yes, I think he'll be good to go. And the mistakes that he made, the fumbles, the blah, 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 the whatever, I think a lot of that has to do with I literally just met all my teammates, and I don't know what these plays are that I'm relaying to the team. What do I do? Oh, it's a curl flat? Sure. But once he gets into the offense, I think that Josh Dobbs will just sling it. Like, he's got a great arm. He can move. And I think that both of those elements will bring something to this offense where Josh Dobbs will throw some picks. Like, he will throw some YOLO balls, and you will get frustrated at times, but he ain't going to check it down. And also, whose movement skills to keep plays alive and make plays off script are going to be they're going to be huge. And the Vikings can rack up and stack up games. Offense will put up points as well as the defense. If they keep shutting them down, getting stingy in the red zone, go from there. Next up, number 4. Jefferson and Addison are the best wide receiver duo in the league. Now, that's high praise because, AJ, Devontae Smith are nothing to sneeze at, as well as Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. Pretty damn good as well. But, JJ, he's still up amongst the leaders in receiving yards, but 36 for 571 and 3 touchdowns. Addison has 41, 534, and 7, which is up near the league leaders in terms of touchdowns and also by far leading the rookies. I think that Addison should be Offensive Rookie of the Year, although C.J. Stroud made a pretty good case on Sunday. So I think he may just be getting it. That's perfectly fine. But once JJ is 100% perfectly healthy and revved up, ready to go, the fact that Josh Dobbs, he's not your typical backup veteran quarterback. He will frickin' sling it. I think this offense could be a lot of fun. Next up, number 5, the offensive line is great. Now, all right, so this part and parcel was 6. They're not great in the running game. I don't understand it. I don't. But the offensive line in terms of protection has greatly improved. Darisaw is one of the best left tackles in the game. Hopefully he can stay healthy. O'Neal has bounced back very nicely. He's one of the best right tackles in the game. Bradbury is playing like a top 8 center, which is great. Ed Ingram is making a lot fewer mistakes, and he's improving greatly in year 2. You love to see that. As well as Dalton Risner, as well as Ezra Cleveland have played. Dalton Risner, you could say he's an upgrade right now, and he has a chance to be the Vikings starting left guard long term. I think that does make some sense in that regard. But the running game, I don't understand it. Madison, maybe Madison's better as an RB2. Cam Akers was getting something going, but he popped his Achilles, and I don't think that there's going to be any outside help outside of maybe re-signing Myles Gaskin to the practice squad. So it has to be next man up. Ty Chandler, King Kenny. Wes Phillips said that we're going to see a lot more of Ty Chandler, which is awesome. But also, we said this a bunch. Whether it's Dobbs, whether it's Hall, both of them can run, and Kevin O'Connell can open up a lot of things, introducing some RPOs where defenses have to be wary about the quarterback running, as well as just regular play action. Right? It's gonna force teams to stay at home a little bit more because they're worried about the quarterback pulling the ball and either chucking it or running with it, and that could open up some running lanes as well. But also, they got to find the freaking running lanes. I'm sick and tired of the running back running straight into an offensive lineman's ass. It's just every single first down is a freaking butt fumble waiting to happen. I hate it. Hate it, man. Next up, number 7, several Pro Bowlers on defense. So Danielle, obviously. Hicks and Bynum have 80 tackles. Jordan Hicks is having a career renaissance, man. He is very, very good. Cam Beasley, both of them NFC Defensive Players of the Week. Harrison Smith has 3 sacks and has also looked really damn good. Frankly, should have been Defensive Player of the Week against Carolina. Metellus has been a stud, jack of all trades, doing it all. And Danielle Hunter, NFC Defensive Player of the Month. And there's some legit talent on the back end. Also, Ivan Pace Jr. has looked good, but needs to play more. Definitely needs to play more. Jaquelin Roy definitely needs to be out there too. Harrison Phillips is doing what he can along the defensive line. But overall, the defense, that's the thing about Flores too, where he's doing this with largely the same personnel as last year. And it's so frustrating because think of the offense last year. If the defense was just middle of the table, that's all that you need. Just be opportunistic and be stiff in the red zone, and you can win a lot of games. Maybe the Vikings go on a run last year, but whatever, we'll do it this year. 8. Danielle Hunter should be Defensive Player of the Year. That should be obvious. I know that TJ and the Bosa Bros and Myles Garrett, they get all the hype and whatever, but Danielle Hunter is doing it. Not only sacks, but he's also doing that too. 10.0 leading the league, also leading the league in tackles for loss with 13. But it was his run defense against the Falcons that basically won the game. It gave Josh Dobbs a shot at the end. Those goal line stands were initiated by basically Danielle Hunter resetting the line of scrimmage and just doing it. And I feel like that's underrated. And I feel like, Defensive Player of the Year, there's only 2 categories that matter, sacks and interceptions. Oh, you have a lot of sacks, you have a lot of picks, you're right. But Danielle Hunter, again, pay Danielle. He's firmly in his prime. He's a team player. He plays the run just as well as he rushes the passer, and he's amazing, man. Next up, number 9. The deepest tight end room in the NFL. I mean, Hockenson is earning his money as the highest paid tight end in the NFL if he hits incentives, leading all tight ends in receptions. Josh Oliver, who also got paid a mint, 3 years, $21 million bucks, is the best blocking tight end in the game, and also underrated, underutilized receiver. Maybe they'll start opening things up a little bit more. Johnny Munt, it may be the best tight end 3 in the game. I love to see it. Oregon Ducks, let's go, baby. And also, Nick Muse is the best tight end 4 in the game. There you go. But, I mean, the Vikings, they have a lot of flexibility. Like, they have, also unsung heroes, Brandon Powell. I mean, come on, man. Brandon Powell stepping up. Mekhi Blackman, Byron Murphy is getting going. Caleb Evans. I mean, there's so many great underlying stories on this team that, I mean, we could just list 50 storylines at midseason. But I do just love the next man up mentality. Oh, we got injuries. Everyone's got injuries. Oh, JJ's down. That's okay. Addison is up. Oh, Kirko's down. It's okay. Jaren Hall is up. Oh, Jaren Hall's down. Okay, Josh Dobbs is up. Oh, Josh Dobbs. Don't say it. Don't say it. Anyways, but yeah, this actually plays into number 10. This team is fun. Where sometimes you have Viking seasons, especially like in the mid-aughts, where you're just sort of going through the motions, like, oh, Sunday, yay, purple team. But I mean, every single game this year has been a nail biter. Again, the Vikings got 5 wins and their 4 losses were by single scores. And frankly, they should beat the Eagles and the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Bucks, but whatever. And they find ways to win, and it's a bit of a continuation from last year, a little bit of a speed bump at the beginning of the year, but this team will find a way, and that gives you a lot of confidence. And this locker room is extremely tight. These guys play for each other, and they have nothing to lose. Like, they're completely on house money. They should have been dead at 0-3. They should have been dead at 1-4. They should have been dead when JJ went down. They should have been dead when Kirk Cousins went down, but no. They're the most dangerous team in the NFC right now, because who wants to mess with this team? Who wants to get the Vikings playing the way they're playing right now and the way they're going to be playing in a couple weeks once Josh Dobbs gets completely up to speed and they have a running quarterback now? Who wants a piece of this team? No one. Absolutely no one, man. So, and this team has nothing to lose because they're overachieving right now, way more than what the haters and the losers thought that they should be. And this teams and people with nothing to lose can be very, very dangerous. So it allows them to just play free, and they don't have to be worried about expectations or the pucker factor or nothing. Just like, whatever, we shouldn't be here. We're on a free roll. Let's go, man. Roll them bones. But that's it. Your thoughts are thoughts. Midseason Vikings thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.